Switch on your cameras, otherwise healing can't happen. Please. Anyhow. Om Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisam Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Hello everybody, I welcome everyone with my humble respects. All the people who are sitting in two-way and who are sitting in social media platforms, all the viewers. So we'll further move into Life Solutions class. We are doing Vishuddhi Chakra, throat center, energy center, which is a very important one, which affects us a lot when it gets blocked. This chakra is all about emotion related to comparison. Comparison is like a seed, and the fruit of it is jealousy. It starts with comparison, and the fruit, what is the result? Jealousy. Ramana Maharishi beautifully says, mind is that illusion which shows a tiny mustard seed to be a huge mountain until it is attained, and a mountain to be as insignificant as a mustard seed once it has been attained. Unless we compare, how will we know where we stand? You may have this doubt. Please understand, in the whole world, someone is sure to be better than you at whatever you do. Poverty itself doesn't trouble us. The thought we are poor troubles us. We might be leading a peaceful life as we are, but when the thought that we are poor enters us, we suffer. And how does this thought come? By seeing others and comparing. We feel this way because this thought directly hits our ego and we shrink like a mango. A small story. There were two shops opposite each other across the street, selling the same kind of things. There are always a stiff competition between them. The shopkeeper of one of the shops came out one day and put up a signboard outside his shop. Established in the year 1929. The shopkeeper of the shop across the street was watching this from inside his shop. The next day, he came out and put up a signboard in front of his shop. All fresh stock, no old goods. The first shop guy is saying he put a board established in the year 1929. He's talking about, no, this other guy is putting a signboard, all fresh stock, no old goods. Please understand, you are unique. When you don't understand the potential you have been blessed with, when you have not discovered that you are enough unto yourself, you automatically don't feel confident about the stuff inside you. And you start following others. Anyhow, Buddha says nothing exists except in relationship. Excuse me. Suppose you are the only person on a new planet. Would you call yourself tall or short? Ugly or beautiful? Rich or poor? Tell me. You can't call yourself anything. Am I right? You will simply be you. That's all. Understand that is the truth, even when you are on this planet. Each individual is unique. Can you compare a lion and a horse? Do we ever compare ourselves to flowers or birds or mountains? We simply enjoy their beauty. In the same way, why can't you see and enjoy other human beings also? Although human beings appear to be the same, each one is unique and traveling on a different path. As long as you travel on your path with full concentration, you will experience fulfillment every minute. You won't even know what it means to look at another person's track. A small story. One man was driving along a dark village road where there were no street lights. He decided to follow the car in front of him to play it safe. They went on for some distance and suddenly the lead car stopped. The behind one, the man went and crashed into it. Why didn't you signal that you were going to stop? He screamed out. The driver put his head out and asked, Inside my own garage? Inside my own garage? Understand, the lead guy, he parked his car in his garage. The behind fellow, so blindly he was following, he did not even see where the first car ended up. It's not a signal light. Or it's not a turning where he needs to signal. So if you concentrate on your own track, you will be continuously progressing and expanding your own capacity. You need to compare yourself with only yourself, never with others. You need to win yourself only by yourself, not by others. Every minute of comparison with others is a waste of time in your own progress. Another small story. A man was running in a 1,000-meter race. After running 200 meters, he looked back and saw that the rest of the runners were after him. Happily, he ran on. After 500 meters, he looked back again and was happy that he was still leading and ran on. Every few meters, he did the same thing and finally won the race. If the man had not looked back and instead concentrated only on running faster, he would have won the race in a much shorter span of time. He would have probably set a new record. In the same way, in our lives also, If our concentration is always fully on our own progress, instead of on others, we can actualize our entire potential. We are all the time talking about conserving petrol, water, and electricity. What about conserving our own energy? What about using our own energy in a proper way? If we used all our energy for our own expansion, just imagine how much we could achieve. See, the thing about comparison is you always measure yourself with the weakest link in yourself or your performance. That is the trouble. Never measure yourself with the weakest link. You don't have to be egoistic and claim yourself to be something great. But you can have some self-respect and realize that you are unique unto yourself. Then you won't measure yourself in this way. When you have self-respect, you will appreciate that each one is unique and understand that there is no scope for comparison. This is also the first step towards feeling grateful for just being. A small story. A king once went to a master to attain some magical powers, so that he could become more powerful than his neighboring kings. He sat in front of the master and started telling him the purpose of his visit. The master listened patiently to the king. He then told him to go into his garden, where a rose bush and a cactus plant were growing side by side. He told him, they are your teachers. They can teach you what you need to learn. The king went into the garden, saw the two plants, and could not understand what he was meant to learn from them. He came back to the master and asked, what do you mean, master? I am not able to understand how they will teach me. The master took him to the plants and explained, this cactus plant has been next to the rose plant for many years. Never once has it even aspired to become a rose plant. Similarly, the rose plant has never ever aspired to become a cactus plant. They just attend to their own duties of growing and blossoming every day. If man had been the cactus, he would have compared himself with the rose and felt jealous at the attention that the rose plant was getting from people. Or if he were the rose, he would have looked at the cactus enviously, thinking how peaceful the latter was without the torture of getting plucked by people all day. The master said, this is the most powerful magical power you can attain. This understanding, this click. The two plants prospered because they used all their energy for their own growth. Not even an iota of energy was wasted on analyzing the other's growth. It is time for self-inquiry. In this world, people respect you only if you have achieved something tangible in the outer world. Educational degrees, beauty titles, company designations, published papers, bank balances are all scales that society uses to grade you. See, First of all, you don't need to be graded by anyone. Right? Place trust in your own intelligence and grade yourself. But understand that there is a lot to be achieved in the inner world too. The outer world achievements are all incidental. They will get you instant name and fame and money. The real achievement is in the inner world. Center yourself well with acute awareness and simply take part in the outer world activities like a lotus untouched in a pond. Let the work in the periphery go on undisturbed, but center yourself in your being. You will then be able to perform much better in the outer world because your inner intelligence will be growing and guiding. Then automatically you'll stop swaying in accordance with the outer world achievements and feel stability and joy in the center of your own being. Understand? Finding your center is the only way out of this whole cycle of comparison and jealousy. How many successful businessmen today are facing what is known as depression of success? They have achieved everything they wanted. They have realized their own dreams, borrowed dreams, and everything. But they don't feel fulfilled. There is still a void in them, some emptiness. As I told you last session, there's a difference between your own needs and borrowed desires. Your own desire is different. Borrowed desire is different. We don't need borrowed desire. We are already equipped with enough resources and energy when we were sent to this planet Earth to attain our own desires. But after we come here, we use that energy to fulfill borrowed desires. So what will happen? Then you have to take a loan or run to achieve your own needs. So whole life you'll be running. I'll give you an example. Suppose you want to become a doctor. You need $1 million. You already have it. God has given you for that education. But what will you do after coming here? You'll go to Las Vegas. Gamble all the money away. Why? Because your neighbor went to Las Vegas. He won little money. But you don't know past years how much he lost in that gambling. So you'll go and gamble away all the $1 million. Now what will you do for your education? You will take a loan and you'll study. Then whole life, just to clear that loan, you'll be working. Now tell me, oh, life has been unfair. Is life unfair? We used our natural resources which God has given to us when He sent us to this planet Earth. For something else, which is not your own desire. It's a borrowed desire. So, to fulfill your needs, whole life you'll be running. And you feel life is unfair. And you feel you're not enough unto yourself because you can't meet your ends. So constantly you'll be in depression, lack of inspiration, that you'll feel no matter how much I do, it's not enough. I'm not enough. If we just realize we are unique, we don't need to compare ourselves with others and do this kind of stuff, then you won't even have these problems, isn't it? Depression of success. What is that? They already realize their own dreams, borrowed dreams, and everything, but they don't feel fulfilled. They're still avoiding them. They start wondering why they ran so much. This is because they ran without awareness, without stopping to give an appointment to themselves, without any self-inquiry. As a result, when they stop running or when suddenly they can't run anymore, they fall back into themselves and find that they are out of sync or diseased with their own being. And this is what becomes depression or disease. Disease becomes disease. When you fall into depression of success, you can resort to three ways. One is resorting to drugs, addiction that will lead to further depression. The second way out is suicide, which is escapism. The third way out is meditation, looking inward for the solution. The intelligent ones take the third way out, meditation. Please understand. Self-inquiry is the way to bail you out of this depression. The problem is, you know what? It's so surprising. Youth, children, they're speaking about depression. My own daughter, she says, Ma, these colors are so depressing in Arizona. I got so used to white color and everything in our house and, all these high-tech people's house here. She says it's so depressing. First, I got very surprised because when we were young, of course, when we were children, we never knew what is depression was. We never even knew that word. You won't believe, until I came to Swamiji's programs. Actually, I did not know that people go through depression and there is a completion process for depression. I never knew that word. It's not that I don't know it technically in English language. I know that. But I'm saying I could never relate with it my whole life until I heard it in Swamiji's programs. I did not know that word itself in my life. I don't think past generation knows about it at all. What is depression? You know what? This heavy hypocrisy, cunningness, all these engrams create more and more comparison, jealousy, hatred, so much. That's why we go into depression. At least little bit we are clean inside. I'm not saying 100% clean, at least little bit. We won't get all these things. In olden days, people were very innocent, knowledgeably innocent. Understand? Innocent means not ignorance. No, not ignorance. They were very knowledgeable. They can do very capable, very efficient, but innocently beautiful, their inner space. That is why they don't know these words called depression. All these kind of things they don't know at all. We are also exposed so much by media and everything. At the age of 10 years old, you know everything already, all experiences of life. Naturally, you will get bored, isn't it? At 10 years of age, you're supposed to be mischievous, naughty, playful, jumping around. You don't need any exposure of, you don't need to lose your innocence. Pressure of parents, pressure of society, pressure of peers. When I was going to school, I never had peer pressure. I didn't bother who was first, who was second in the class. Jumping only. Jumping, climbing trees, jumping walls. There's no difference between girl, boy, nothing. I think any boy did not do all the things I did. All the trees and walls must be remembering me. So carefree you should be. But now, 8 years old kid, 7 years old kid, or the classmate is doing better, person in the community is doing better, comparison, peer pressure. God, so sad. This comparison is such a culprit, I tell you. Illusion. Understand, listen carefully. Self-inquiry is the way to bail you out of this depression and boredom. The problem is inside, while you search for a solution outside. You have neglected your being for such a long time. And the depression that you feel is actually the call of your being. That is why, again and again, masters have given ever so many techniques to center yourself in your inner core and merely function in your periphery. When the same thing is told to you, when you are at the peak of your career, you will not be willing to pay attention because you have enough energy. Once your energy starts waning, you will feel that something is wrong somewhere. That something is what masters try to tell you again and again. Albert Einstein, the great physicist, was on his deathbed. There were some close people sitting around him. One of them asked him what he would like to be reborn as if he ever was reborn. Everyone expected him to say that he would like to be reborn as an even greater scientist or something to do to that effect. But Einstein replied, if ever I would be reborn, I would like to be reborn as a plumber. He felt that he had achieved all that was to be achieved. But what for? He felt, what for he achieved? What for he achieved or he did not achieve? He gave the world great truths, but felt that his whole life had become a lie. You see, in this whole process of comparing and running, you actually become a machine. Much of your daily activities becomes unconscious. You are able to drive a car without even being aware that you are driving it. You become a machine just like the car. Right from brushing your teeth early in the morning to going to bed. You work like a programmed robot with absolutely no awareness of yourself. You become efficient in all that you do, no doubt, but you have lost the humanness in you. You have gone so far away from the purpose of taking birth on planet Earth. You become disconnected from your being. I'll tell you a small example. Day to day, what we do. Smallest thing I'll tell you. Today afternoon only I was thinking. I was watching television afternoon. I don't know, maybe I dozed off. I don't know what happened within 5 minutes. Then suddenly, with a loud door banging, I woke up. I was dozing off on the sofa. Right across me was another bedroom. Somebody went inside out. Then I felt so insensitive, isn't it? Then I thought, have you lost humanness? This is how we are behaving. Means you are in your house, you're seeing somebody there around you alive. It doesn't matter whether it is sleep time or not. It doesn't matter. It's whatever time it may be. Why we are so unconscious? How should you open the door and shut the door when another person is there? You take them for granted. You think it's not night now, it's not sleep time now, it's okay, even if they wake up. So you're going to decide when the other person should wake up or sleep? Many times I notice, what I do? I'm so, after 10, if by chance I come home, my every movement, when my parking the car, opening the door of the car, and the way I close it, the way I open my entrance door, the way I close it, the way I switch on the light, each moment will be so conscious. People may not be around me. People may not be there. People might be somewhere far sleeping. The way I walk, means cat also can't walk like me, maybe. I don't know how I got into that habit. Automatically, I'll become alert. Even people are not there, I will do like that only. A neighbor whom we don't know, I feel in the night when we park our car. In India, we have a habit. We are used to individual houses, right? So we honk when we come home. When we honk, some maid or somebody will come and open the gate so that we can come inside and park. Because it's not like in US or in UK where garages are automatic. It's not like that, no? Here somebody needs to open the gates. We have that habit, right? Even in gated communities, people forget they are in gated community, not in individual house. Even the slightest sound you make, your neighbor is. Sometimes I hear neighbors or somebody having a party. Nothing wrong, you have your party. But the music will be so loud, understand, that even near the gate, somebody can hear. 60 houses can hear. Then I think how insensitive and unconscious we are. Whether it disturbs me or not is not the issue. Why did we lose that sensitivity? Where did we lose? how animalistic we become. I see many men, specifically Indian men, when wife is sleeping or eating, they'll just call. Means what? Means it's okay? No, they love their wife very much, no doubt. They may be taking care very much, no doubt. Even such people, the relationship must be perfect. Still, they take it for granted that the moment they come home, wife will just come, no matter what, in what work she is. She'll come and greet, or she'll come and take care of their things, or whatever. How insensitive can you be? It's not about identity of wife or a husband. It's not about identity of kids or even kids, right? If parents are sleeping, they feel it's their right to knock the door or to come and fall on you or whatever. Where did we lose that? Today I was thinking immediately see, even though I just woke up disturbed, but that I don't care. This thought came, oh, this is how we lost humanness. Watch the way you are closing the door. Watch the way you are. So many people, when they switch on the lights or fan, see? Okay, I'll just come back, okay? Don't leave. Okay. I told you, no, just now I was talking about insensitivity, right? Example. Anything I'm talking about, immediately universe will bring that example in front of me. Immediately. That's all. Anyhow. You have become a programmed robot. When you are in continuous awareness, you will not only be able to do things efficiently, but you will also do things with totality, with a sense of fulfillment, because you, the microcosm, will be in tune with existence. The macrocosm and you will fly with roots on planet Earth. When you fly without roots, you are forever in the danger of hurting yourself any moment. So understand, working with awareness not only increases your efficiency, but also ensures that you don't stray from the purpose of your being. So understand, look, and internalize where we have become so insensitive, why we are living so unconsciously, taking things for granted, taking our surroundings, surrounding people, everybody for granted. Every moment you have to be sensitive. Anyhow, now we'll end the class. You know what? I'll request you, all of us, let us from tomorrow join 15 minutes earlier, because we don't want disturbance. I don't like the ripples in the peaceful pond. So maybe 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, everybody connect. See, if 7:30 is a class, you need to connect before 7:35. You shouldn't be connecting at 8. Understand? So I'm actually waiting on screen for 20 minutes before I'm starting the class. So that's where it's getting late. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Let us meet tomorrow. And Krishna Reddy Garu. See, everybody, May 15th, Mahaparamshivam is starting a new, completely different new program. If anybody are interested, right now you have to make the payment, because for them to receive your payment, it takes 5 days. After receiving only, there'll be a form which you will fill up. You will receive a Zoom link. That is why. Okay. So I think Krishna Reddy Garu is one of the person, any other people who are going to do it right now. Okay. I'll give you the link. Just message me in my WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you, guys. Anybody interested? Yeah. Bye-bye. It's a paid program. And one day also you're allowed to join. It's a 21-day program. Even one day you're allowed to join.